little walk in the city. Oh, look at all the buildings. I like walking in the city, don't you? Mm-hmm. Look at the funny signs, Mimmy. Check those two out. What's that sign mean? It's something to do with turning. But what's the other sign all about? And what about the ones over there? What do they mean?
Those are traffic signs. They're for people who are driving vehicles.
So that one's not for me if I'm not driving?
Good question. No, we have to watch them too.
Really? How come?
Well, because we share the road with cars, we all need to know what's going on. Then we won't get in their way and get hurt or cause a crash.
Oh, so it's not just the drivers. They're for us too, even if we're just walking along. Okay, Papa, I guess that means it's time to start learning them. Like those two over there. Why are there two of them, and what do they mean?
The red one says yield, so if there are cars, you stop. The arrow in the circle means that you can only go the way it's pointing when it's safe. Look both ways, and then you can turn left. See how it works? You understand, right? Don't you, girls?
But Papa, how long do you stop? What if cars just keep coming and coming all day? Do you have to wait there forever? Yeah, and then what happens if you don't want to go left? Do you still have to?
Yes. If the sign says you have to go left, well, then you have to go left. And Kitty, you stop as long as it takes the cars to get safely out of the way.
Oh, so then I can go.
That's right, Kitty. The signs are there to help you and show you what you can and can't do. But it's really up to you to be careful and let others know what you're doing so you can be safe for everyone.
Oh, so then it's really up to us.
Yes, that's very true. Just like that sign over there.
Huh? Oh, I see. So that means that's where you're supposed to cross. But it looks a little scary. Is that right, Papa?
No, girls, that's a caution sign. You can cross there, but it's telling the drivers to watch out for people. It's so drivers know people might be crossing. Caution signs are there so drivers know what to expect. They might be new in town and might not know lots of people cross here.
Oh, that's very nice.
It really is rather nice. Signs may bother us, but they're our friends. Even if a sign tells us we have to turn left when we don't want to. Like Mimmy said, if we pay attention, there will always be another sign to help us get back to where we want to go.
Oh!
Careful, careful. You don't want to run, you want to walk. And always wait for the light to change.
Hey, what's that mean? Looks to me like a choo-choo train.
Yes, Mimmy, that's it exactly. It's so you'll watch for a train.
But what do all those lines mean? Huh? Those aren't lines, they're the tracks for the train. Oh, I get it now. So where's the train?
Here it comes. Okay now, once the train's gone and the arm's gone up, it's safe so you can cross.
Boy, that train was really big. I'm glad that sign let us know when it was safe to cross. Wow, am I glad there are signs. I never realized just how important they are.
Street signs are there for everyone's safety.
Is that why they're drawings and numbers, Papa, instead of words?
Yes, so even if you can't read, you'll still be able to understand signs.
Hey, what about this white line? Where's the sidewalk?
Oh, that's a good one. If there isn't a sidewalk, then they paint a line.
Oh!
And you're right, Kitty. You should never cross the white line.
But, Papa, I don't understand what the big difference is between a sidewalk and a line. Does it mean something different to the drivers?
Well, no, it's not supposed to. It's just easier for them to see a curb than a line.
So then if a line's not as easy for the drivers to see, that means I'm not as safe as I'd be if I was up on the sidewalk. Is that what you're trying to say, Papa? I'll bet it's about the same.
I think you're right. Most drivers are paying attention and know what they're doing. But you can't depend on that, so you always have to be alert and make sure you can tell where they're going. The signs help you, but they can only help so much, and it's really up to you to be safe.
I understand, Papa. So can you tell us about the signs?
Yes, there are lots of signs, but they all follow simple patterns. If it's red, that means danger. If the sign is green, that means it's safe. But if it's yellow, it means you should be careful and pay close attention.
Okay, Papa. But what about all the signs with the numbers, the white ones?
Oh, those are speed limits. The numbers on the sign tell the drivers how fast they can drive. You know, like the numbers on the dial in our car. It says how fast you're going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes sense. Thanks, Papa. So then, Papa, how do they know what number to put on the speed limit signs? Is there somebody out there who makes it up?
I wouldn't say that. They just don't make it up. They determine it very carefully and scientifically.
But how do they know? Aren't they really just guessing at it?
Oh, no, not really. You might call it an educated guess, but they test it very carefully like they do with all the signs.
But, Papa, there are so very many of them, and they're all so similar. It seems like it would take forever to understand them all, and you'd be staying up all night just trying to figure out the different ones. Don't you think so?
Oh, no. It's not as bad as all that. It comes to you little by little, and nobody said you had to learn it all at once. It's really quite easy.
Oh, well, that's good to know, Papa.
You'll learn. You know, it does take a little bit of time. And you already know a lot of the most important ones, like stop.
Yeah.
And it's true, there are an awful lot of them. But when you really think about it, there aren't that many you see very often. And as for the rest of them, they're pretty easy to figure out.
Okay, that's not so bad.
And always remember to rely on your own judgment, because every now and then you'll come across a sign you haven't seen before.
Even you? Don't you know them all?
Oh, I keep thinking I do, but I always seem to come across a new one. Even so, I always manage to figure them out. Once you get the hang of it, they're all about as simple as a stoplight. See?
Great! At least stoplights I can understand.
Okay, that's the spirit. Now remember back when I said there were just a few patterns and that once you learned them, the rest would mostly fall into place? If you understand what the colors in stoplights mean, just look at the color of the sign and that'll give you a good idea what kind of sign it is and help you figure it out. So red means stop or don't do something, and anything yellow is caution because yellow's so easy to see.
Well, that makes sense. That must be why they use it for umbrellas. And raincoats and stuff you need to see at night.
Yes, yellow's always a really good color when you're trying to let people know to be careful.
Thanks, Papa. That really makes a lot of sense. And it's also nice to know that there's a reason why they did things this way.
Well, a lot of people work really hard to keep us safe.
Thanks, Papa. That really helped a lot.
You learn quickly. You'll see. And then if you're careful and pay attention and watch other people, you'll be fine.
Okay, Papa. We can do that.
Okay, what do you say we go home and see Mama?
Yeah!
So what's your favorite sign, Mimi?
Ice cream!